stuff. Here we go. Now, a little history on the Landmark Theater. The Landmark Theater was built in the late 1920s during the Depression, and Thomas Lamb, who was one of the designers of the theater, wanted this to be one of his grandest palaces. Now, Syracuse, believe it or not, was the entertainment place in New York State because of the Erie Canal. And because the Erie Canal came right down at the end of Erie Boulevard, a lot of people came from around the state to see shows that were here. At one point, there was over 25 different theaters here on Salina Street. This is one of the few theaters that's left. Thomas Lamb wanted this to be the Grand Palace. And what he did is he built this so grand, he wanted people to come in and forget about the Depression for just the short amount of time that they were here. Now, when you get done, I want you to go take a look over there. The gargoyles over on exit 9 over there, that was actually designed after his children. He wanted this to be one of the places that people came just to forget about the outside. Now, the theater was here for many years. It used to have vaudeville shows. Mae West was one of the people that were here often. And through the years, it was one of the grand palaces until the 1950s, till the invention of television. When television came, the theater began its descent. In the early 1970s, this basically became a porn house. And somebody bought the building and was ready to tear it down. A group of teenagers, and I mean teenagers, they were barely 19 years old, put an injunction for the theater not to be torn down. This was supposed to be a parking lot. They came in, had an injunction, and the raising of the building was stopped, and these group of kids basically saved this theater. The one thing that did happen before the theater was supposed to be torn down was that they had an auction, and many of the articles and furniture that was here, which was from the Vanderbilt estate, was sold around the country. So the very few pieces of furniture that are here are still here from there. If you go out the main doors, there's a great big huge hutch that's there. That was left because somebody bought it and they ended up not getting it out the doors. This group of teenagers saved the building. They raised the money to restore the place and to keep it open. And the Landmark Theater is now a nonprofit organization. Let me give you a little tale of when I first came here. The former director called me and wanted me and the group to come in and do an event to do some fundraising for the theater. When I sat down, she said to me, I just want to tell you that our Niagara Mohawk bill was 25 grand a month. Their insurance bill is about the same. There's very few historic theaters left in the United States, and the one thing that the cities do for these historic theaters is they pay some of those bills for them because the theaters bring in tourism. Syracuse is the only place that will not support the theater. So this is one thing I'm asking you guys, please. I heard you when we were out in the mezzanine. I heard you. This place is incredible. You need to spread the word. This is all nonprofit. The more people that come in here and start seeing these shows, the better support the theater's going to have. The theater took a big, big hit when Turning Stone was built because a lot of the talent that came here are now going to Turning Stone. So it's time. Please spread it to your friends, spread it to your neighbors. The more we come in here, the more money we can raise. This is a picture taken from the stage here. And when you guys go amongst your tour and do what you got to do, I want you to take a look at that lamp up there. That is a Tiffany lamp. That was in the Vanderbilt estate. It's right up there. Okay? That lamp is brought down twice a year. It literally takes 40 hours to clean it. That's how delicate it is. So, and it's got a crank that goes up above, and there's a crank that goes over by the wall, and they bring it down, and it literally takes them 40 hours to clean that. There's so many little nuances in this theater, and as you go around and do your ghost hunt tonight, your tour guides will be filling you in, okay? This is a picture taken from this stage up there, and I don't know if you can see it or not, okay? Can you see this right here? It looks like a person. And there's one theory about the woman who haunts this place. Her name is Clarissa. And when I moved here, I heard that Clarissa was a worker that was up on the balcony, and she saw a loved one get electrocuted on stage by the Westinghouse, which used to be over here. Now, the Westinghouse was this great big, huge, monster, gigantic electrical board that controlled all the lights for the theater. and supposedly a loved one got electrocuted. She was up on the balcony, she ran, she fell over the balcony and died. There's another theory is that Clarissa was a frustrated actress who always hung around here, and she was not that talented, so she stays here because she still thinks that she's going to get a job. So I'm going to do a close-up on this one so you can see. Can you see her? You can see it looks like kind of a hand right there. I think that's not Clarissa because if you look at the guardrail right there, that guardrail goes up to about your knees. I think that's a child. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some EVPs that we got here. And the first one is my investigator is calling for Claire, and you hear a man say, Clarissa. I said Clarissa.
Her name is Claire. What's the balcony? What's her name? Claire.
That was taken with one of the very first digital voice recorders, and it's gotten so much better. The next one is, one of my investigators was talking about how we had taken a dummy and put it in what Clarissa's known to wear, and we threw the dummy off the balcony. This investigator actually thought we were throwing a real-life person. She's a nice girl, not too bright. And what you're going to hear is my other investigator saying, no, 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 we're just going to throw the dummy over, and then you're going to hear the EVP go, all right.
You know, they want to come and make a call. Getting the dummy in the track, throw the dummy over.
And then when we threw the dummy over, you're going to hear a woman saying they saw the death. And then we ask, did you fall off? And you hear, I fell off. Now the next one, people complain that when Clarissa shows up, that the smell of lilacs will permeate the area. My investigator talks about how he smells lavender, and then you're going to hear the woman say, no, lilacs, and then you're going to hear the EVP say, lilacs.
You can smell it. Lavender? No, I don't know.
Now this one, I'm saying Caroline and Pam are standing down there, and then the EVP says everybody's dead. Caroline and Pam are standing down there. I don't know what she's talking about. I think they're alive. And my investigator asked, perhaps you can tell me the name of the performance you attended, and then the EVP says, we are dancers in the shows.
Perhaps you can tell us the name of the performance you attended.
Now this, we use a flashlight a lot when we investigate, and the EVP says the lights are on when it turns. Now this is interesting. We often get children here and we don't know why. This was an EVP that was caught right here in the theater. We were alone, and you're going to hear a child go, no, no, no. And then just a few minutes later, he giggles. This was taken, one of my investigators were way up in the balcony, they're out of breath, and he says, oh, we're all out of breath here. Yes, we're all dying, and then you're going to hear a woman say, stop her.
Okay, Miss Williams, balcony, out of breath.
Yes, we are all dying here.
Now this next EVP is kind of interesting. We got it a few years ago, and my investigator, they had just had a party here, and they had empty kegs all lined up, and he's walking around going, keg, 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 and you hear this word hooch. This kind of disproves the theory that we're psychically impressing our thoughts, because he called me up to find out what hooch meant, and that's a prohibition term meaning alcohol. When the theater was first set to be torn down, there was a homeless man and his dog that lived downstairs in the boiler room. And the group of people that asked to save the theater had asked him to stay on, to keep an eye on the place until they could start staffing the theater. He lived here for about a year. He lived downstairs in the boiler room, And about 6 months after he'd taken this over, his dog died. And then about 6 months after that, he died. This was an EVP caught by one of my investigators in the boiler room, and it's just a very loud dog bark. And this last one is we're talking about the reason why we videotape ourselves doing EVP, and you're going to hear a gentleman at the end go, well, that's just fine.
Like that. So we're trying to make sure that if we're sitting still, if something happens, it's on tape that nobody got up and went and did it, so that the audio would pick it up.
That's fine. All right, so I'm going to open this up to questions real quick, and then we're going to get on to ghost hunting.
Yeah, see, that's the only problem when you do it.
Somebody's got a flashlight back there behind the screen.
Do you see the light, Clarissa?
You know, if you have a cell phone, you could actually probably record some of these times conversation too.
I just turned it off.
Well, just if you get text, just remember that could manipulate this.
Were you an actress?
Were you a dancer?
How about this? Let's make it easier. Can you make a flash once for yes and twice for no?
Hold on.
Sure. Were you an actress? Once for yes, twice for no. Were you an actress?
Nope.
Nothing.
She already answered once. She's probably tired of our questions. Are you tired of our questions?
My battery just went a quarter. It was half. It just went right to quarter.
So it was once for yes. See that? It flashed once.
Am I a handsome man to you? No, I'm sorry.
It flashed
Wow,
once
it's
for
going
yes.
crazy. It's going nuts. Look at that.
You were right. It's the voice.
When I die, I'm going to get really, really lucky. Well, now I got something to look forward to. Thanks.
Clarissa, do you like it when we come here to do investigations?
We left her speechless.
I think that's it. I think that's 20 minutes already, people.
Is it?
Trying to see who they're with. Where's their...
Do we have to go, or is this over, Clarissa? Do you want us to leave?
Are you going to explain it all?
Yeah. I think that's it, folks.
Are you happy they're coming to have a Halloween party here? Nope.
No. All right. Oh, folks,
My
you're going to go on
temperature
your...
went to 100.
We're going to go to the second room now.
Oh, we have to move.
Yep, time to move to the new room.
they were all done.
Nope.
Do you think? Do you know this was all roped off when we were supposed to come up here?
Oh, yeah, they opened it for us.
No, I opened it up.
Do you
Sorry,
guys want to,
Father.
do you guys
sinned.
know where to send these people, or? This is insane.
I opened this up. I was going to go up here without you.
Hey, folks,
Bye,
part of
Clarissa.
the deal is we're going to investigate the theater, but...
No, but I heard that place is really good. I've been rolling hills. Yes, sir.
I got a group coming, I guess. They sent a group up to us on the stage, and I had a group up to the balcony, and it's a little cluster at the moment.
Why do they got two groups in the auditorium?
I don't know, but Stacey said we can't be on the stage. So I took everybody off the stage. We were up on the balcony, couldn't figure out how to get from here, from the balcony to here. So we had to go back across the stage. And then I had to go
Okay, so everybody's moving?
I guess.
All right, so everybody's going to the next room, which would be the green.
And if this room was completely dark, if you were to walk by it, you would actually cast a shadow and disrupt.
K2 going out?
Yeah, it's better when it's dark.
That's because you're holding the button down.
Oh, you're not supposed to?
Nope, just leave it like that, yep. The button, it'll go through its scan, and then usually if you get like some electromagnetic field, they'll start, the stronger it is, that's how the colors go up. That's the same thing with like the Malmeter. The Malmeter will be the same thing, that'll give you a digital readout of what the EMF field is, the electromagnetic field is. And that one there Also has a REM pod, if you ever see like ghost hunters in there, they have the REM pod and the lights light up and it makes a sound as something goes by. That's what that does. So it's all done by electromagnetic fields. Any other questions? I don't know what my...
Yeah, there's no electronics around here either.
Well, we're not convinced you're down here.
Can you make the dog bark?
He's scared. He said he's scared. Is your dog scared because there's so many people? Where's your dog right now?
Are you happy about the Halloween party tonight?
What's your dog's name?
I thought it said Megan right before you said that. I don't know. Anybody else have any questions?
Are you happy here?
What should we do about the problems in the Middle East? Shoot him?
He said criminal.
Shoot him, he did, didn't he?
Yes.
Scary, I don't like this coast anymore.
Why don't you leave?
I heard no. None of these people aren't convinced you're here. You gotta do better than that.
Can you make a big bang?
That was me.
Are any of you spirits possibly ancestors of any of the people down here?
Are you hungry? Do you want us to bring you something next time? Said something. Can you repeat that?
I kind of wish I brought some dog treats down there just for the hell of it.
Oh, I know.
You don't like cats, do you?
Do you like cats?
Sometimes it sounded like what are you trying to tell us?
What happened to Clarissa?
Have you ever seen Clarissa?
Do you see Clarissa? Are you friends with Clarissa?
I just heard girlfriend. Was that your girlfriend? Was Clarissa your girlfriend? Oh, damn it.
Is there asbestos down here? I wanna go out. I'm scared.
How long has it been?